blazing.
1 2 1 2.
EP.
Yeah, it's copyright to get it.
Possibly. We go edit it out.
I forgot, man. There's like legal
reasonings and
ramifications, man. We don't do things properly. Yeah,
we're trying to get paid out here.
Shout out to the press.
But yeah, man, we don't want to pay dead presidents. You feel me?
I watched that last night, you know.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lorenz Tate was going in.
Man like O-Dog.
Yeah.
Man like, what's he called in Power?
O.D. Councilman
Tate. That's his best role ever, I think.
He's grimy, man.
Mr. St. Patrick. You know that character is actually kind of based off, I think.
Who?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
You think?
Kinda, like low key, like he said he's for the people, but behind closed doors he's dropping them bad M-bombs. Like,
allegedly.
He's like, listen to me. You're gonna get me that money.
You know what it is though? Like, I feel like in those American shows, every corrupt politician, black politician, is like that. They're just like snakes, bro.
Snakes on a plane, man.
I'm here for you, but really, they're on a pimp mentality, where it means to an end to their personal gains, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's sad that politicians are just not for the people, but that's another subject for another day.
Yes, sir.
We are here today. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, please bow our heads in prayer. In fact, now before we get into that, where are my manners? Let's introduce the team proper. So we back. No. Fizzle this, fizzle that, fizzle that. This fizzle this. Get a fizzles. Now I'm going mad on that. I brought the floats with me this time.
You got the spray moment, you know, bro. Yeah, man.
HOVA. I got my mojo back, baby. Oh, behave. It's your boy, Young Howie Fizzle, in the building. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nice, man. Justice was served today. We'll get into that in a minute, as they say in the business.
Yes, sir.
But I'm back again with my big brother. Biggs brother. Used to be Damon. Biggs brother.
Kind of, brother.
Yeah, man.
I'm good, bubbling.
I'm feeling nice, bubbling. We've had a good day, man.
Yeah. I feel like the weekend was started off a little rocky. Season finished. We expected Man City to win the one.
Yeah.
We accepted Man United were going to lose their FA Cup final.
For real?
They decided to do a different script.
Yeah, they flipped it.
Yeah, I got a few messages about that. Shout out to Man United fans, congratulations. I decided I'm not going to be a hater.
Yeah, in fact, big them up. Shout out Man United.
Pulled it out.
First and foremost.
Because you had a trash league season, like that was bad. That was really, really bad. But somehow you've walked away with a trophy and going to the Europa League. So
yeah, man.
Big shout out to y'all.
You took it off Chelsea, to be fair.
Yeah. Which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, but that makes it a little bit better.
That makes it kind of more comical.
Yeah.
Like they actually pulled it. Like Chelsea turned it around. They turned an atrocious season around to get into Europe.
Yeah. They grafted for nothing. Just
so
think.
They're not going to be in the Conference League then?
Yeah, they're going to be. But that was my next point. I was just going to say. Just think, they're both going to be playing Thursday night. One of them's going to be going to flipping Lyon. They're going to be going to. I don't think Seville's in it, but they're going to be going to a bit more luxurious places.
Yeah,
and then one of them's going to have to go to Bordeaux Glyn.
Yeah,
some young boys FC and all them.
It's a tough thing. I think it's been a mad season in the end. I feel like really, obviously we all said at the beginning probably going to be Man City.
Yeah.
That's what we expected before anyone kicked the ball.
Yeah.
Everyone thought Arsenal would at least come second.
Yeah.
Some thought Arsenal might win it, but that was silly. Man City was always a safe bet. Arsenal were always a safe bet for second. and then we thought Chelsea might do a little thing.
Yeah.
We thought Man United would be competitive.
Yeah.
So actually, in the sense of that Arsenal took it to the final day, that Man City just got it over the line.
Yeah.
That Chelsea had such a shocker of a season, but somehow managed to turn it around. Man United, this is the most inconsistent Man United team I think I've ever witnessed.
Katy Perry FC, man, hot than your cold. Yes, didn't you know, man?
Like they could get a decent result one week, a mad result the next week, but to still come away after all of that with an FA Cup.
Shout out to the young boys, no Diddy,
yeah,
no Drizzy,
Ganacho,
they did the thing, man. They turned up.
The future looks bright.
Yeah, man.
They've got weapons.
Yeah, man.
In the team.
They've got assets.
They've got assets, man. If the management side of things turns around, then you know what I mean. You know I've got PTSD, but my team already. I'm always thinking every year they're going to be more competitive. But I think what they showed yesterday is when they won it, they can be competitive.
I'll be honest with you, that's the first time I've seen them play well in about a year.
Man.
Normally, when they're getting results, they've scumbagged it. Like they've had maybe someone that had a goal disallowed, like millimetres offside. Look at flipping Coventry, scumbagged it there. They were 3-0 up. Should have probably lost. Like a toenail saved them, and they won it on penalties.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like proper scumbag settings, and then they outplayed the champions. So fair play to them. You got to give Ten Hag props.
Yeah.
The players. Onana turned up. He was a bit weak for the goal. We let that one in a bit too easy, but he pulled off. I think
some good saves.
A couple of good saves, like really good saves that kept him in it. Because I think I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Foden had a shot, and I'd never seen a man jump so horizontally.
Mad.
Like
he just flew like.
Just like. Normally you see him do it, but he jumped too far, and then the ball goes in the net, and he's like near the corner flag. But this time he timed it right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been an interesting season as well in regards to managerial appointments and
sackings and
football projects. Like I feel like we've finished an era where there were certain names that were just dominant.
Yeah.
In football management, and I feel Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola at the moment are the last, because Mourinho's done out here.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he's done. So I feel like obviously Zidane. We don't know what Zidane's doing. To be fair,
he's just random anyway.
I don't know what he's a bit random. I can't really say he's part of a great manager.
And it's difficult to judge him because he's a Real Madrid manager.
Yeah.
Only.
And
they weren't winning. They weren't winning. I don't think he'll ever win a league with him.
It was the Champions League. Maybe got one league, but I think it was generally Champions League.
And it's set up for them to win anyway.
Yeah, 100%. So I don't count him as a great. Very successful, but not a great.
Yeah.
Bit like Bob Paisley.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Bob Paisley, but
shout out Bob.
I think the hard work was done.
Yeah.
And he just took on the work and made the work deliver what it was supposed to deliver.
Yeah.
At the time, so he obviously got all the trophies, but that was like Shankly, Fagan's initial hard work.
Yeah.
That he was able to, you know what I mean? Which is not I'm not knocking nobody for that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
We're keeping it real this episode.
Yeah, someone's got to lay the foundations, right, to build the house.
Yeah.
And so that was, but you can't negate the fact that the foundations. So like now, if Pep goes next year,
sounding likely,
which is sounding more and more likely, the foundations are there for somebody because they've still got good youth players. They've got enough in the squad that are young enough to be able to continue being competitive and challenging for the top.
I mean, at this point, what do you think could motivate him to stick around?
I don't think he's bothered about winning another Champions League.
Yeah.
He'll want to go for it all again.
Yeah.
But he's got the 4 in a row, the only team to do that.
Yeah.
He's got his Champions League, and I think it all depends on how the charges go.
Yeah.
Because I think it will kill their whole legacy. No one's going to care as much about what they've achieved because it's all been achieved based upon this period of time.
Yeah, even though for a lot of the time he wasn't actually there, but
was he there for like 1 or 2 seasons?
Yeah,
since 2018.
Yeah, and if they've not been doing nothing these last few seasons, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, you know, and again, it doesn't mean he's not a great manager. I just think he's profited. The foundations he was able to. It's a bit like people say don't value Trump as a businessman.
No.
Because they said, well, actually, he didn't come from mud.
Yeah.
He came from.
You were given
father's wealth was able to
billions to start off
to establish it. So I feel like that's the problem that Pep will have. If he stays too long, and the charges come out, he'd have to stay another 10 years.
Yeah.
To when the charges maybe are not so relevant, and it's just like, all right, you've actually, do you know what I mean? Coached through a whole new generation of players and achieved the same levels of results, which I do believe he can do. I don't think it's beyond him. I think he can do it. I just don't think he's going to wait around. So he's going to need to dig up and have a look at it. I don't even know what jobs really are left for him to take. He's dominant. You know what would be the dream? Because this team is in disarray and they're over. Their city rivals, or country rivals, are doing it big right now. If he was to go back to Barcelona, they've got the youth, but what they don't have is the financial flexibility now, just to flex like they used to. So now it's like, actually, we've got to work with certain elements that we have, and we've got to make good with what we have. We don't have another Messi.
Don't know, you know.
Like Lamine Yamal is don't get me wrong.
He's got potential.
He's amazing. They've got a great squad. Like, he's not taking up scrubs, but that squad at the moment is not dominating the Liga.
No.
So they
and to be
need
fair,
injection.
Yeah, when he took over before, they still had that excellent players. Whereas now,
they had Ronaldinho, they had Etta. So they weren't scrubs. Like, they were already. So Rijkaard put in the foundations.
Yeah, they was already well established.
And Pep Guardiola then
just
was able to inherit and took it to a whole new level.
Took it to the next level.
I would say that because the foundations are not really there, because I don't think these are competing in the same way.
No.
I think if he was to go back, the only move I would respect is if he went back to Barcelona and made them the Barcelona that we just experienced in the last 10 years, where everyone's scared to play on and are winning everything. You got a spider on you still.
Oh, mate.
That's it. Yeah, man, big sort of. That for me is the only move, unless he goes into. I don't think he'll do international. Unless he did do international. But I think he likes a day to day.
I think so. I think it's a lot of waiting around and there's not much control. It's just
the coaching's minimal, isn't it? Because you're not spending day in, day out.
This is what you got to work with, like at Lumpet.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting to see what the result is of this. I think they'll harder to cheat as well. Yeah, wow, this is it.
So I don't think if you appreciate that.
I think Man City will get away with it. I think he'll do next season, and I think he'll dip out. But like, getting back to my original point, I think the tables are turning again, and there's just a whole host of managers now. You know, you talk about Vincent Kompany going to Bayern Munich, bro, which is insane. Like, when would we ever believe that would happen? The man's not even been in management for 2-3 years. Like, wow, I've done it for a couple of years.
I'm gonna take it there. I'm gonna do it. If it was white, nobody'd be questioning it. How many jobs has Rooney had? That
I don't think he should have had them. I don't think Lampard should have had them.
No, but I think
Munich though, bro. We're talking about one of the best teams in Europe, bro.
But Lampard had it off the back of not getting.
That's because he was a player, though. There was a relationship there. So Lampard is the only one that I didn't question, because I just thought, that's one of the greatest players of that club's history.
True, but this is one of the.
Gerrard, how Liverpool were good at hire Gerrard. Clearly he wasn't good enough until they realised, this brother really.
How did Solskjaer get Manchester United? He got Cardiff relegated. He was a good player for them. He wouldn't say. You'd be hard pressed to call him a Man United legend.
Nah, he's a legend in the sense
he played in a legendary side. But him alone, and he scored a legendary goal in the final. But like nobody else talking about anything else he'd done.
Nah.
So when he got the Manchester United job or caretaker job, whatever, again I might be forgetting something, but I wasn't hearing people questioning it. I personally just think there's a bit of a subconscious racial bias sometimes.
Not for the Kompany. Absolute, I don't think it's racial bias. I'm just shocked. This is Bayern Munich, bro. Like, if Barcelona went in, if Barcelona said, right, we're going to hire Fabregas, I'll be absolutely shocked. Great player, But I'm like, but he's not. There's nothing that I see that he's done that would warrant him taking one of the biggest jobs in the world.
Arteta at Arsenal, what's he done? He wasn't even that good a player.
Nah, but
it was shocking.
Well, all right.
And a lot of fans didn't really want it, to be fair.
If
but
Arsenal won 11 leagues in a row, then lost the league, and they taken Arteta, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I think.
Tell the truth, and they're taking Arteta.
No, definitely not.
They're not. They're going to go with something more proven, right? Which is why they went for Emery. The only reason they went for Emery is because he'd proven himself to win things. That's why.
And I think as well, you do have. Actually, to be fair,
do you know what I'm saying?
When it first came about, I think Arteta actually turned them down.
What, Arsenal?
Yeah.
He actually knew at the time, you're thinking, I'm not ready for that.
He was their first choice from the beginning.
So they liked him. But don't forget, at Arsenal, he's from Arsenal. Yeah. So he knew the back room, he knew some of the players, so there was a history there. But we know if it was 11 times Premier League winning, they're not taking a risk of Arteta. They're going to get someone else to replace Wenger. They're going to get, you know what I'm saying? Like they want a hitter. So my only issue with Company is not that he's not a good coach. I'm not questioning his coaching ability. I'm just thinking, well, he's brought Burnley up. There was a style of football that did not work. He didn't adapt. And now he's about... Xabi Alonso has done amazing well at Leverkusen.
Yeah.
And now he's going to take up the biggest job in Germany. That will always be the biggest job in Germany. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a shock.
Yeah, it is a shock, but I think...
No one else is looking for Company in the Premiership. Chelsea weren't looking at Company.
But I think people are too short-sighted though. I think they just look at past results or this and that, and that's the thing which happens with all these managers at Manchester United, Chelsea. You look at this guy over there, oh, he's doing all right, he's making this player play all right, you know, we'll go get De Zerbi, we'll go and get Potter, we'll go do this and that, we'll go get Pochettino because he made Spurs look all right for a few months, but in the grand scheme of things, that man didn't do nothing either. But because they were flavour of the month for a few months,
then
that's all it is. But I think you need to look deeper and just see like, listen, this guy's got a philosophy. It didn't really work out with the players that he had with this at that level. He wasn't necessarily given the tools for it to play out the way he did. He's a very intelligent guy as well.
I think again, my thing is, I say shock. I don't think it's a wrong appointment.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. But what I'm saying to you is, again, that goes back to the point of, I think our whole expectation of managers and how football should be played. I think it's about to change. We've had the same names in our head. You remember when Van Gaal went to Man United? We were thinking about Van Gaal in the mid-90s.
Yeah, true.
Didn't work. Yeah. He left. No one thought about him again. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Koeman. We're thinking, all right, this brother's been around for a while. Now he's at Holland. He ain't getting another big Premiership. You know what I'm saying? So I just think there's a generation that's dying out now. Yeah, big time. And Enzo.
And what we've got to understand right now is that Vincent Kompany, whether you really think about it or not, he is a big legend of football now.
No, he's a Man City legend.
I'd say a football legend, a Premier League legend right about now. He's top 10.
No, he was a great player.
Centre backs of all time in Premier League.
Yeah, no, he was a great player, great leader.
Top 5 captains, you'd probably have to say, in the Premier League era. Like the guy he's got pedigree.
Do you know what? The man, he was a great player, but we know great players don't always make. Gerrard was great, Lampard was great. They don't make great coaches, or should I say great managers? Let's not say coaches. But I think, like you said, he's a smart guy.
He's well travelled. He's bilingual.
Yeah, no, he will do. I think it'll be really, for me.
It's about proving yourself.
It's like Arne Slot thing. I can't comment on a man I don't really know about.
Same.
I've not really seen enough of his coaching.
That's why it don't shock me, his appointment. In the back of my head, I'm not thinking, I'm shocked to see this Arne Slot guy. Because they've picked him, I'm just thinking,
they must know something.
They must know something.
Yeah, no.
But with Kompany, everyone's shocked. Like, Slot could have got relegated somewhere. Klopp got the team relegated before.
Yeah.
And then he got the Bayern, who did the Dortmund job after that?
Yeah, again, it's that thing. I think it's that when you're used to a certain thing.
Yeah.
You generally want dead certain. And I think someone said that Bayern Munich might have attempted to sign Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
But then obviously he's gone to Barcelona. They sacked Xavi, which is mad. Even though they turned it around. So I feel like I said, I feel like we.
It is a shock, but it shouldn't be a shock. I think
it's the changing of the guard. I think that's what it is. It's the changing of the guard, and now again, like I said,
the fact that
the Deserbies, but Potters needs to come back. It didn't work for him the first time because
we've seen it. The merry-go-round doesn't work. Like you need to kind of really keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like in the Wenger Fergie days in the Premier League, the merry-go-round went round, and those guys weren't winning stuff. They might win a cup here and there, but they weren't like challenging for leagues properly. Then Mourinho come in, had a bit of consistency with him, and then they binned him off, and then they kind of set the new standard of which is you kind of need to keep it fresh, to keep getting guys who nobody's heard of. You're constantly changing. That's the Real Madrid model as well. You're constantly changing. You're giving guys a chance. I mean, who did Rijkaard manage before?
Barcelona.
Yeah.
I can't remember that, bro.
I thought, but they
might have been. Yeah, I don't even know.
They give people just.
Maybe it was an assistant.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
it was an assistant
they promote sort of within, and I think as well, what we probably don't see and understand as much. These players are connected to certain owners and systems. There's business relationships that we have no idea about.
No, I agree, and I think what we have to do as football fans. It's almost like I think it feels like a reset. Yeah.
Anything you thought you know about hiring a manager, get rid of that.
Get rid of that.
Big Sam ain't going to save you if you're getting relegated.
Not anymore.
Nah, you're going to ride it out to the end. You're potentially going to go down.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get somebody fresh in.
Yeah. And even like Kieran McKenna, like at Ipswich, like I guess I'm intrigued now to see what all these new names.
That's what I'm saying.
People talk about Michael Carrick, you know.
Yeah.
Like potentially being up for a big club appointment. They're really liking the work that he's doing at Middlesbrough. Yeah. But again, I'm realising myself, these guys that we brought watching are now stepping in. Like, I remember Enzo Maresca as a player.
Yeah.
At Juventus, you know what I mean? He was a good midfielder. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking, he's now being touted as being the next team manager. We remember Arteta when he was at Rangers, let alone when he was at Arsenal, at Everton. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and this brother is now doing it at the top level. So like companies, I would say the first to get
like a top job.
A top job.
Yeah.
He's the first that we've seen in a long time.
I was happy to see like a black man get a top job.
Because Xabi Alonso, that's not a top job. He's done a top job.
Yeah.
That's not a top job.
They
were bottom of the league.
They've not won a league for like 30 years or something.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, is that where we're at now? So all of a sudden now we're talking about Xabi Alonso. In the next 3-4 years,
we can have
Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid, company at Bayern Munich, PSG will probably have some other dude that's just not long retired. And
I'm not even sure if they will anymore, these guys. I think once again we're in this mind state that Man United are always going to be great, Arsenal always going to be great. But
you think PSG will dip?
I think
too much money there.
Who saw Man City doing what they're doing 10, 15 years ago?
They spent a lot of money, bro.
Spent a lot of money, but
even people, I think this is another thing that people forget. When that Thai owner in 2007, 2008, whenever it was, bought Man City, that's when they was starting to get like your Adebayors and and that. They were spending money crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like
the foundations was
benefited from them foundation. They were spending money.
Yeah.
For way back when.
Like catch up cash.
Yeah. And it got them to compete. Obviously, when Mancini won the league, they were moving mad.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when you've got money, you'll always be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you've got around you. Now with PSG, I don't think there's enough money in that league for them to totally fall off.
Yeah.
Problem with Man United is there's enough money in the league or enough teams in the league that have something.
Yeah.
That can, if they do it right, compete. They've had a monopoly on this team for a long time. Then Arsenal came with their shrewd way of doing things. Yeah. And so they struggled and it's a back and forth. Chelsea came with their money madness. Yeah. And then, boom. After that, it was like, right, when's the last time we won in the league? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Then now it was Man City, who are now stable in spending a lot of money and being financially. And then Liverpool managed to turn it around and make themselves financially You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Competitive. Now we've got Newcastle. Now we've got Tottenham. So it's always going to be. Anyone could get a leap or a jump.
Yeah.
With an injection of cash, because everyone's on a good foundation. In France, I think there's no one like that. You might have an anomaly, but the next year they're not going to be able to keep up with.
Yeah.
What PSG do. They're a Rangers. They're a
true.
One-tiered system over there.
Yeah, I just don't think you can necessarily look at results, because I think a lot of times players can bail you out. Like, you can play rubbish, still grind out a win, like Manchester United. Even Chelsea towards the end of the season, they won a lot of games, but they weren't great still.
No.
You can see it like coming together.
Yeah.
I think they won the last 5 games in a row or something crazy.
Yeah. They were doing what we expected them to do from the beginning.
And we
didn't expect them to play like...
They've just sacked a man.
Yeah, which is mad. Like, I feel like it's weird to me that Chelsea, for me, I thought you should be good enough to get by.
Yeah.
You don't have the pressures of Europe. You should be good enough to get by.
At the end of the day, if I'm a player wanting to pick a club, I'm going to be more sort of looking at who's in charge and you think, you know what, you was a baller, you played at the highest level, in your prime, nobody around was better than you. And you look at Pochettino, you don't, he wasn't the best.
He wasn't the best, but he was good. He played with Maradona, bro. And he was a starter.
True.
It's just that it wasn't English. This is the bias that we have. Because we don't know them, we think they're not really saying it. It's like saying Diego Simeone wasn't a baller. The man was a baller, bro.
True. And I only know that because he matched up England.
Yeah, he was a baller, but he was great at Inter, he was great at Lazio. Like, these dudes were established players.
Yeah.
And it's mad that they weren't Messi's, they weren't Zidane's, but they were...
They weren't like household names. Or
No, they were like your Mascherano's. They were like, we know that you're very good in this team, but everyone's gonna like Vieira was a great player. Arsenal great. Arsenal was gonna give him a job, bro. Realistically, after what he did at Crystal Palace.
But after what he did at Arsenal, to be fair. But even then, I just think it'd be silly to write him off.
Nah, he could turn it off. But I always feel like
just because I'm not doing numbers at Sainsbury's, don't mean I can't do them at Aston.
So how long do you give a manager before it kicks in?
You've got to look at different things, I think. So if the players are moving mad and saying just not turning up to training and being weird and leaving like little cryptic messages online, you're giving that like 6 months max, because the players are trying to get rid, and you can get rid of the manager easier. If it looks like they're putting in a bit of effort, then you need to give it at least maybe 2 seasons. What
about then? How long? You know, like you can look at a player and say he's got potential, and we say 5 years if he's not delivered, chances are he's never going to deliver.
Yeah, he can do it somewhere else.
So, how many jobs does a manager need before you know he's going to be an elite manager? In your opinion, and this is not a.
They don't need it. To be fair, they don't need to have any jobs for you to look at them and say, you know what, I can see that guy coaching. Like when you watch him properly, you can tell Xavi Alonso will be a top manager. Even Arteta, like the managers will come out and speak and say, you know what,
he's a smart guy.
Yeah, he's a smart. He understands it. He gets it.
And that's why I'm saying about Roy Keane and I just thought actually I don't think
they were warriors, but in terms of commanding respect of people and knowing how to deal with certain situations, they'll do it their way.
Yeah.
And it's normally through like fear.
Yeah.
Whereas this intimidation tactics, you can't do them things no more, man. The world has changed.
The psychology of football has changed.
And that's a big thing about Vincent Kompany. I think he's even got a psychology degree. Yeah, and he studied that in the next language, which is not even his first language. So you've got to take things like
something
that.
About him that. Yeah.
Studying psychology in English, anyways, about this, but am I going to be doing that in whatever language he speaks, like Flemish or whatever he speaks at home? That's mad.
I feel like it's it's interesting to see how coaches evolve. I'm even just trying to think about all the recent elite coaches, because there's not really been that many.
Nah.
Not really.
Even Eddie Howe, let's not get it twisted. He was doing a job at one point at Bournemouth, was it?
Yeah, he did.
And he was mashing work, and everyone was like, you know what, he's going to be a top manager.
Future England manager, they were saying.
But then things started to go left. They got relegated.
Yeah.
But Newcastle said, you know what, when you were doing good, we've seen something.
Yeah.
And he's got them to finish higher than what they have done for the longest time. Obviously, it's not gone as good this season, but there's mitigating circumstances, I believe, for that. And the fans ain't turning on him yet, to be fair. I think they're quite loyal. You have to look at the whole body of work. You can't just look at, in this period of time, they did rubbish. You've got to look at players have improved over the time. The whole period of work they've done. So he's got them promoted back straight away to the Premier League. Obviously, it's a tough league. Every team that got promoted up has been sent back down. So that tells you everything that you need to know.
It's tough. That
job really, unless you're giving him the top players, he was never gonna. He was kind of destined to fail anyway.
I think Company, and I think maybe Pep is the same. You can't put Pep in charge of Leicester.
I'm going to say that.
And they're not going to do well.
That's it. And what we're going to say, Pep's trash.
Yeah, because
he can't manage.
He will not find a way to make that team competitive.
He has a way.
He has a way, but when that way doesn't work for the crop of players that he does not have a way to say, all right, let me switch it up and work with strengths and find something that's going to make us competitive. I don't think he's that type of coach. I think he's a man that, listen, if you give me the tools to do my thing, we will do really well.
Yeah.
And actually, so Company shown he doesn't have a lot to his managerial game. Because actually, I think that's quite limited. And that's why I always say there's certain managers I like and I prefer.
Yeah.
So I would always prefer Rafa Benitez over a Pep.
Yeah.
Because I knew that Rafa at his peak would always be trying to work with what he had and making good of what he had to make himself competitive. Yeah. Whereas with Pep, he's a bit like Wenger in that sense of he just has one way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's sometimes why the gung-ho way of Alex Ferguson was really effective. Because it wasn't really overly attacking, it wasn't really overly defensive, just compete. And sometimes you come out on top. And sometimes you won't. But they will match. If someone's been overly aggressive, we never used to see Man United get bullied and that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? We saw them get outplayed. We saw people pass rings around them when teams were that good. Yeah. But there wasn't obvious deficiencies.
No.
And that's what I think with Pep.
Maybe goalkeeper.
Yeah, bad goalkeeper choices. But just what I'm saying, there wasn't clear bro, you got to switch it up because with this group of players you're getting exposed. And that's my criticism of Ten Hag.
Yeah.
People can say what they want about injuries and all that stuff. Everyone's had to deal with injuries. That was sometimes my criticism of Klopp. Because I was like, listen, sometimes when you're going through a team, you need to know how to switch up the game completely. Yeah. And make yourself competitive. And it was horrible football. No one enjoyed it, but Mourinho was the king of whatever happens, we're going to be tight at the back. Yeah. Antonio Conte was a bit like that. Yeah. Whatever happens, we're going to be tight, compact, hard to break down. It's horrible to watch. Yeah. Horrible to watch. But ultimately, I'd rather, as a fan, see my team competing. True. Than seeing them play great football and losing in big moments all the time. Or what good is it to play pretty and finish second? Does anyone remember, realistically, 20, 30 years?
That shots at Arsenal.
Think about it though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is anyone going to really care?
It's all about the journey, bro.
For us now, but 20 years from now, no one's going to care.
The journey, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I realised. I thought, man, sometimes you've got to do, if someone's amazing at a thing, if you have to do something ugly in order to
I'll be honest though, I'd rather enjoy the football and not win nothing, honestly. I've lived through it for 20 years. I honestly would. Man United fans, they won stuff with Mourinho and they said the football was not that good.
I know, but that's because they're daft and entitled. You're like, when you're used to
you want
winning,
the best of both worlds, but you need to be entertained.
When you're used to winning, then you want to be entertained. You say, well, we're used to winning now.
Yeah.
At least entertain while you're doing it. But I'm like, if you don't, like, you think now if they won the league ugly, they'd be saying they want pretty football, bro.
But then if it kept on doing it, and everyone kept on criticising them for it, then they'd be like, oh, we want to see pretty football now.
Yeah. Because you want to see progression in it.
And then when you try to get the pretty football, it don't work out. Like, get rid.
Listen, the first things first. Because Real Madrid were a bit like that, weren't they? If they didn't like the football, they were getting rid of the coach.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But then when you don't win the league for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, even under Emery, I was kind of the same. I was like, the football is awful to watch. And that's why I can't really support this guy.
Because I lived Gerard Houllier, bro.
Yeah.
That was awful football.
Why do you think Leeds fans love Bielsa so much?
Yeah.
Obviously he got promoted, but the football that they were playing at the time.
But check it though, that's a loser's mentality. We're not winning nothing, so at least if we're not winning, let us look good not winning. Yeah. Nah, bro, a winner's mentality is first things first, I gotta do whatever I need to do to get that W. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing, when we weren't used to winning, I was just finally happy to compete. Yeah. Because we weren't even competing before. Once you've got a taste of winning, then you're thinking, actually, I want to at least get a run of getting used to winning. Yeah. Once I've won so many times, they won 13 league. Man United can say what they want. They won 13 Premier League titles. True. You understand what I'm saying? But after a while, I'm like, all right, cool. Now show me something different. But none of us have got that. None of us are in double figures, bro. None of us are close to double figures in Premier League titles. We need to stop worrying about being pretty. This is again the issue with football. We listen too much to emotion.
But we look at the other side, and the other side can do that.
But there's a whole machine behind that, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to achieve what they've achieved, but you're not spent what they spent. You're not broken the rules that they've broken, and you don't have the staff that they have. True. You've got to work with what you got. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have the ability to do it, then do it. But make sure it gets you to the W. Don't play pretty football to get to second. Yeah. Because that's why the league end is going to become these guys are going to win it for the next 6-7 years. Because no one's even thinking about trying to mix it up to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, true. I feel like we've got, even in the World Cup, like we spoke about this in the internationals, who really sexes it up in football? Brazil. And they don't always win it, bro.
But for me,
and we love Brazil, we love watching them, but then when they get dutted up in the semi-finals, no one cares about what great stars they had. But we know that the winners were Germany.
But when we look at Greece, when they won the Euros or Portugal and stuff like that, the first thing they'll say is, they were dead to watch.
Yeah, but they won it though.
They won, but we're not going to sit back and reminisce and be like, how good they played.
Imagine we had a Greek fan in here right now. Alright, so tell me, what have England done in the last 20 years?
We've been robbed, man.
The talk is, listen, you've been robbed, poor you. We played ugly and got it over the line. No one cares about you being robbed. No one cares about the hand of God. The only people that care are y'all. But no one else cares. You know what I'm saying? The reality is, who won it? True. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we've got to because otherwise we're trying to aspire. Aspire?
Yeah, I think that's the right word.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
We're trying to live to be something that we're not built to be.
I think we are built to be that. But I think the overall winnings become that important. People are prepared to do it by any means. And I just think that takes away the beauty. It's meant to be called the beautiful game, not the ugly game that you scrape by in. It's meant to be enjoyable.
Yeah, but the Dutch said that, right? About total football and the beautiful. They wouldn't fight, bro.
But I think
they inspired a new way of thinking and a new way of approaching football, which is fine. But you've got no trophies to show for it, so I don't care. My kids ain't gonna care 20 years from now about Johan Cruyff.
That's sad.
They'll be like, Johan who? Nah, because it doesn't matter. It's not relevant to them. They might know about Messi. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna know about Johan Cruyff. They're not gonna know about total football. They're gonna know about Pep.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna be talking about Pep. You know what I'm saying? Things move on. Better you win. No one really said Germany's football was amazing. They got a lot of World Cups, bro.
They call them efficient, which is code for boring.
But they got a lot of World Cups, bro. You think Germans care? We won. We did. Our boring football won. Your fans' football didn't.
But if you had to ask the rest of the world, who would you rather watch? Brazil?
Yeah, we want to be entertained. But I'm on about as a fan. This is what I'm saying. Like the rest of the world, I'm not invested in you winning. They want to be entertained. I'm not a jigaboo. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to win for me and mine.
Or do you want to see Michael Ballack play, or do you want to watch Ronaldinho?
No, you want to watch Ronaldinho. The Germans want to see whoever's going to help them win the World Cup.
True.
That's it. Yeah, all that other stuff we talk about is irrelevant because it is about ultimately winners and losers.
Winners and losers.
And let's be honest, I'm not talking about like people being dirty and fouling and cheating. We're not talking about that.
No.
We're just talking about doing what you have to do legally within the game to win. Not talk about time wasted in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that. I 100% agree. We don't want to see that in football. We want it to be beautiful. But for me, the beautiful game is beauty is subjective.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho is beautiful to watch, but so was a Frank Beckenbauer. So was a Lothar Matthäus.
What about Rory Delap?
Nah, that throw was alright, but it wasn't beautiful to watch. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. But
it's effective.
I think it's offensive.
but it was effective. They didn't win any leagues with it, but they won more than they probably should have done.
Yeah.
And I respect that because it means now the ugly girl managed to catch a man.
She'll always catch a man though.
Hey, not if she's not playing the game to win. If she's allowing herself to be put at the back on a Cinderella thing, but she ain't coming out with her fairy godmother, no one's seen her at the ball, bro.
All she has to do is go buy some makeup, bro, and she look like Rihanna.
Yeah, but sometimes the makeup that you can afford to buy is a different thing. You can't be going for the Bobby Brown if really you can only afford the basic Claire. Yeah. Go with what you can afford and make it work for you, my life. You understand what I'm saying?
True, man.
Stay in the fight, man. I just feel, bruh, I feel like it's style over substance. The substance of things is being competitive.
I think it's too much emphasis on it now.
Or being competitive.
Yeah.
It's a sport. You should, if you're not playing to be competitive, bro, keep it to five-a-side.
I think you should always play to be competitive, but I think you should always play to be the best, like better than everyone. Not we found a way which is better. It's just, you know what, we're better anyway.
I hear what you're saying, but
because a lot of these guys now, I just look at them and I just think you're not even that good compared to what I've grown up with.
Yeah, that's the beautiful game.
And this is where it's headed.
That's the beautiful
because
game.
The emphasis, you know what, we'll get this massive guy because nobody can get close to him or near to him. Not because he plays good football,
no.
Just because he's a genetic freak or this one's that fast. He's not good at crossing the ball. He can't cross it like Beckham or take a man on. He's just really fast and nobody can get the ball off him.
That's what we're gonna
and we've just got
use that.
We've just got 11 drones on a pitch.
So then what we do then, we say, yo, what do we do to stop that guy? That's a beautiful game. Even if it means now we're not doing the tiki-taka or whatever,
yeah.
Whatever we have to do to shut homeboy down, we're going to get that done.
Yeah.
Ugly or pretty, whatever, we're going to get. And that for me is what it is. It's like everyone's going to have their thing that they're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
And it's what can I do to disrupt what they're doing.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it, again, like the Scottish League, obviously Rangers have been bum rushing that league for so long. I don't know if the quality of coaching is not good or what. Celtic don't look that great to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They don't look like world beaters to me. So I'm like, why can't people coach up there?
I just think people don't want to play up there.
I mean, there might be that too.
I think that's the bigger issue.
Yeah, there might be that
Scotland, cold as heck, 24/7.
Yeah. It's not the greatest location in regards to... Shout out to Scottish people, by the way. We're not, you know...
We Scottish too, baby.
We are just Scottish too. So we're not knocking Scotland as a whole, but we just feel like the climate is mad.
Especially if you're not from there.
Yeah,
not necessarily a place you want to stay for too long.
Yeah, can you imagine like you're from Spain or Italy?
Especially if you're from a tropical climate.
Yeah, that's mad.
It's not necessarily the one, man.
It's that,
same with Canada, like shout out Canada, but
yeah,
Yeah, we're trying to stay away from the
minus 30 degrees and all
and Drake, the freaky 6 code.
Yeah, man. But hopefully, if Company gets a job, I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see what he does.
I actually think he'll do well. I'm hearing it here on record. He'll win a league with him.
Oof, I'm inspired. I'm inspired and I'm excited to see him against Xavi.
And I like to see that it looks like these football clubs are actually hiring off actual merit.
Yeah.
No, rather than
nepotism.
He's my mate or he's connected to this guy.
Yeah.
Give him a job.
No, I agree. And hopefully it'll just mean if the stats are there, if it's now stats driven, it will mean that certain people that would naturally be overlooked will potentially.
That's what we want to see, man.
Yeah, makes it a more level playing field because it's a numbers game and not whose face fits complete the game. No, man, I'm for it, man. I'm down. I think next season's going to be absolutely crazy. We'll see if Ten Hag's still in the Man United job.
Yeah.
I'll be really surprised. Not for any other reason other than Pochettino leaving Chelsea was mad to me.
Yeah, we'll touch on that quickly.
Talk to me. Do you know why? I heard that there was an issue and he potentially left. You don't tell me that.
I heard that he wanted more control over transfers, which is madness to me. Football don't work like that no more.
That's done.
That's finished.
That is done. I think
You've got to earn that right first. You can't be finishing 6, whatever, and getting like mad results. Your worst defeat to Arsenal in the league, like ever. You can't then say I want this and that, making demands. But you've already spent the bill. Like, obviously the players are not his choice. I don't think a lot of them.
But still, you can't. And the thing is, like, it's like again.
You need to plan ahead for if he isn't there.
Yeah.
It needs to be like a well. That's what it's turned into. It's a well-oiled machine, and can I replace this part with another part? And is it going to be effective?
Football is actually ultimately a business.
Yeah.
And so, like any business, the business has to run irrespective of who's the CEO.
True. You
hope the CEO that's in place is going to drive the business forward, but the business is the business all by itself, and you're an employee. And I realise everyone still has that old school idea of a manager who's in control of every aspect of the club.
Yeah, they don't do the hiring and firing, like recruitment. Like,
nah.
They might pull you in for disciplinary twos. I've been there to get my union involved. Shout out GMB and that.
Yeah.
Men like Mizan.
Yeah.
But yeah, my managers at old jobs, like, they never employ me. Like, they just there on a day-to-day basis, make sure you are happy, you're not causing nobody no problems, and that you're working effectively. And
they actually don't run the club.
They don't run the club.
They play a management position and they're actual middle managers. And obviously that sounds crazy to the average football fan, that a football manager is a middle manager.
Yeah.
His job is to manage the players.
Yeah.
But the players are not the club.
Any successful business, the managers are not doing that.
Yeah.
They'll have a separate recruitment team.
Yeah.
The manager will get picked up by the same recruitment team as well.
Arsenal had that earlier. And that's why, really, when you think about it, because Wenger wasn't just getting the players that he wanted.
Yeah.
He was putting in his request, letting the people them know, and they were deciding what they were going to buy. And obviously that's why for a long time I was thinking, why is Wenger always going for certain type of players and that over time? But obviously it's because there was a clear management structure in place. Because obviously they're thinking about trying to build a stadium.
Yeah.
And all the costs that come with that. They got a wider vision for them.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we actually do the numbers, so actually this is what we're going to have to work with. Leave that to us.
You deal with what's going on the pitch, because no one person could mentally do all of that.
Manage all that staff and all the coaches in there. Nah, it's a myth.
Wenger liked to kind of give off that impression that he was doing that, but he was just protecting his bosses like a good employee should.
Because even David Dean wasn't the boss.
Nah.
Ain't that mad?
Nah, just a chairman, wasn't he?
He was just the chairman. Doing a lot of work, it was really important to the club, but he was still employed. He could still get sacked.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that, I know we always talk about, get rid of the owners. Listen, the owners are the club. All this romantic idea that it's the fans and it's no, the owners are the club.
That's facts.
And so what?
Who's going to stump up 5 to 10 billion to buy a football club? How many people have got 5 to 10 billion to pay for anything?
Come on. So this is the thing we have to remember. Obviously, United will complain about the Glazers and everything, but they're the club, they're the owners, they're the ones that determine the money. Gary Neville, for all his chitter chatter and all of that, Yeah, he really done very well with Salford.
That's it, and there's about 10 of them who own that club, and it's still
money, and they're still not killing it, balling
nope.
it. So my whole thing is like sometimes we just have to be realistic that whoever has the cash is king. You hope that they're going to be like an Abramovich and they're going to love the business.
Yeah.
And make sure Abramovich was the boss.
Yeah.
He's buying all the players.
Mm-hmm. He effectively was the manager.
He was a manager. But he just didn't do the coaching.
Nah.
So the coaches coach, I manage, and even though we had Peter Kenyon and all these other guys that were doing jobs for him, the final say always went through him.
He always ticked off on everything.
Yeah.
So any medals or trophies that Chelsea won, they know they got to thank Abramovich because the managers got sacked as quick as they got hired.
And I realise that's the thing. Like for us as fans, we have to remember that coaches are just there to do exactly that.
Imagine sacking Don Carlo after winning like a double in his first season.
Abramovich was a madman. He was an absolute. But look at the success that Chelsea had under his ownership. Me
personally, like it's all right saying it, and in fact, I don't even want to go back to that point.
What?
About just, I'd rather have it the Man United way, where he's one manager in charge all the time, rather than we've had to chop and change, scrape through this game and this and that. Like they've had success, but it's come at a cost. Like I can't imagine it's been enjoyable being a Chelsea fan, even when they've won stuff.
Yeah, Villas-Bowen. Yeah, I feel like I think consistency and continuity is everything, and I think your ability to change and adapt is your true measure as a leader. And so the thing that we have to admit with Ferguson is he had to change and adapt. He was there for so long. Yeah. And he did change and adapt. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Wenger,
maybe left it too late, but he did change.
He did change, and he caused the whole league to adapt. And he was there a long time.
He brought change, to be fair,
to the whole league.
Yeah.
To the whole league.
But then he still had to change again further.
Yeah.
He, in his mind, probably thought, this is the pinnacle because I'm playing the best football. I'm not necessarily getting the results, getting a bit unlucky. The referees making some odd decisions here and there, but justice will prevail at some point. But it just changed again, and then you can't predict Chelsea going to get their money, Man City going to get their money.
Yeah.
It's just you can't predict everything.
Yeah. The market, the economy changes all the time, and it's trying to stay ahead of things. And I think Arsenal's done really well, to be fair, because it's not like obviously their owners were already billionaires anyway.
Yeah.
So you had billionaire owners, but they weren't like Abramovich billionaire owners.
That's one thing that people forget as well. The Kroenkes was not the majority.
No, the only just it was Usmanov had a big share.
Yeah.
So you had a whole heap of billionaires linked to the club.
Different people with different ideas, different stuff.
Yeah. So it's harder than to.
And then one guy's going to try and sabotage this guy, so they can get more ownership and this and that.
It's
political, man.
Yeah.
But I think with one nation under God, shut up man like Rick Ross, then
it should make it a little bit.
Just you get direction.
It's weird. Like I definitely think over the last 3-4 years, I would say, we always used to say to Peter Kenyon back in the day.
Yeah.
We always said about David Dean. Right now, these men have left.
Not the same.
It's not the same. Woodward at United.
Not the same.
Right now they've left, but it was always them guys because that team was killing it. Chelsea were killing it. United were killing it. Arsenal were killing it. Once, no one talked about Man City, but Tiki, that was at Barcelona, has done an excellent job in the management structure. And if you look at the amount of assistants that have come out of that team that have gone on to do well in other teams, lets you know even their coaching acquisitions are excellent. Man City have been doing it big. Liverpool, obviously, everyone talked about over the last 7 years, Liverpool's management team.
Yeah.
And how well they were in the transfer market and all of that stuff. We realised actually that has always been the way. It's just now more front and centre where everyone's trying to put together. Obviously, we've been talking about Brighton.
Yeah.
Dan Ashworth and all that. Amazing management team. been able to make something out of nothing. Newcastle tried to acquire a great management team.
Mm-hmm.
So I realise it's more than just the players, it's more than the coach. It's the whole
top to bottom
of that has to be right.
Yeah.
The owners need to be of one mind. Bashiri had a lot of money at Everton, but the management team clearly wasn't good. So there's a lot of money wasted. And
Man United got a lot of money, but wasted it.
Wasted it because the management team. So that's why they're trying to get a homeboy from Newcastle.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's trying to get the right figures in place, and I think that's why football is going to change. Everyone's going to be a head coach from now on.
Yeah.
Managers need to fix their thinking. You're not a billionaire.
Yeah.
You've never earned billions.
Yeah.
You've never been worth billions. So stop trying to tell a billionaire.
Yeah, you earned the right to be a manager.
You've earned the right to be a coach.
Mm.
You are not qualified to tell money men how to spend money.
I feel if they're there for a while, like Pep
Is that controversial?
I think if they're there for a while and they prove themselves.
No, that's different. Wenger, Ferguson were there for 20 years. You earn trust. You know this business inside out.
You know that by that point, you know
you know this business inside out.
Yeah.
So you actually, now
we can take advice
100%.
from you.
We have to, because this is all built by
we're
you.
not planning to get rid of you either.
Yeah.
Whereas you
know where the bricks are.
Yeah.
You know where everything is. You know where
and you probably know stuff about us that we don't.
No, we don't. Come on. But we don't want the world to know.
Yeah.
Because you've been here long enough now, so the relation, which is what happened with Jurgen Klopp. So
Yeah.
I think he was there long enough where they got rid of, lost Michael Edwards, lost Julie Ward. I think he was like, actually, I'm taking over the purchasing of players.
Yeah.
And they were like, alright, cool, which is cool, but then when you go, we're screwed.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they said, we need to change up the thing again, because as soon as Jurgen Klopp announced that he's gone, all of a sudden we've got a whole new management system.
Mad. But we need to be.
We brought our old guys back that left.
He came back.
Yeah, no, back. Michael Edwards back.
Oh, mad.
So he's now CEO of football for the FSG group.
Mad thing.
Julie Ward, who left, is now director of football for the group, and then we brought a new director that they used to work with. So they've absolutely changed the whole management structure, and I think it's going to be the same again for United. I think that's going to be something to look out for. See who their management structure is. We know Eddie's doing a great job at Arsenal, so they don't need to change anything because that thing is working for them.
Yeah, true.
Their thing is working. Do you understand what I'm saying? Man City's thing is working, bro.
That's true, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to them, man.
They're doing well. So we'll see what happens, man, moving forward.
But yeah, I think next topic. I wanted to bring my guy Dave, your father-in-law, here today, but commiserations to him, man. Dave, this one's for you. We're pouring some. Can we please have a moment of silence? This moment of silence over, man. We'll pour some liquors.
Leeds,
man.
You know what? To be fair, again, so this is my point. Leeds tried to do possession football, which is great. But moving the ball around but not having an end product is a waste of time.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. If you don't get that extra 1/10,
bro, you're falling short.
Nothing.
You're not getting the hole. And I looked at it and I just thought, I wouldn't even say Southampton were much better. Just defended really well.
Yeah, really well.
Really compact.
Yeah.
And left them to only have half chances. No stupid mistakes. They didn't really give them away the ball that much. They were just working to a very...
Anything that Leeds created, they had to work for it.
Yeah. Worked really hard. And like, I just thought even, is it Dan James?
Yeah.
Is that his name? When he had that chance to hit the crossbar,
yeah,
could have gone in. And I think if it did go in, it'd have been a different... I think Leeds would have gone on to win the game because they were so defensive. They didn't even have a mentality really to attack.
Nah.
It was all about getting to the corners. And that's not a criticism, but I just think sometimes when you get too comfortable in defending without having a killing instinct, it's hard to build that back up again. And it was a great goal. We said it, didn't it? World class finish by Armstrong. But
shout out to him, man.
Yeah, Leeds for me were
missing that good man.
They were missing a good man, and I thought actually, I think this is probably going to be a blessing because you lot are going to get peppered in the Premiership.
Yeah,
you're not getting 70%. One, they're not going to get 70% possession anyway.
Nah.
And I don't think they defended I don't think they showed that they could defend particularly well.
Mm-mm.
They got the way they got opened up was way too easy.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh yeah, you lot.
Like it was kind of end to end, but when they got to the other end, they weren't really doing nothing. Whereas Southampton, especially in the first half, was like doing stuff with the ball.
Yeah.
Whereas they'd have a shot and it'd be like way over or left, right. Like they was actually making the keeper work on having. Yeah. To be fair, both teams did defend quite well.
Yeah, it's just obviously like Southampton clearly weren't going to put them under any pressure. They were going to try and maintain the lead. Yeah. And I think it was low block defending. Every cross came in. Yeah. Was dealt with. Mm-hmm. Homeboy, the keeper was good, positive.
He made a couple of really good saves.
A couple of good saves. He was punching everything, catching crosses. Like he made the defence feel assured with the work they were doing. And if there was anything to mop up, he dealt with it. So shout out to Southampton. To be fair, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't see that team doesn't look like a team to me that can do anything in the Premiership.
Not yet,
but tell me. Obviously, it depends on who they buy.
Yeah.
But I just thought they probably deserved it in the end.
True. They don't look any worse than anyone who's been relegated, but
yeah. To be fair, I didn't think Luton looked that great last year, and obviously they got destroyed.
Yeah, they got sent straight back down.
And sent straight back down, as did Sheffield United. But I thought they were competitive though. Luton were definitely competitive.
Southampton got that pedigree though. To be fair, like Luton. Not really.
That was a new experience for them.
Yeah, that's a new experience for them. Sheffield, your club.
Yeah.
Southampton really, for me, is a Premier League club.
No, it's definitely a Premier League club. 100%. I feel like just when they went down, obviously they lost. Like Ward-Prowse and Lovey was there. Like
some of the players that they have brought through over the years are unreal.
Yeah.
We can't really say that about your Lutons and your.
Nah. They've got a great academy. They've always had a really strong academy.
Yeah.
Which is why they will always be there or thereabouts because they'll always produce decent players. In regards to Leeds, I thought Archie Gray is a really good player.
Yeah, they're a good game.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, I don't watch him enough, but he looked like a man that can do so much.
Where's the end product?
And what's his clear role?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, you got a lot about you. But I couldn't work out.
Is he a winger?
Is he a winger? Is he a right back? Is he centre mid? What? He looked like he could do everything, but he wasn't really doing anything.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
And so I thought, actually, they might need to address that because he's a really. And I didn't see anything of any of their midfielders. None of their midfielders stood out for me.
What about that? Where was that Somerville playing?
So he seemed to be playing on the left, but he
only just showed up when they had set pieces.
Yeah, he's not direct. He looks like a bit of a flair player, and I thought, a bit like what you said earlier on in regards to company.
Yeah.
That sometimes players don't look as good in the team that they're in.
Yeah.
But put them in a different setting.
It's a setup.
And they could be alright. Like
Somerville. Like Ronaldo.
Yeah, Somerville for me looks like he needs to play for a really good team. Yeah. And he needs to have really good players. He won't be the star.
Yeah.
A bit like Rafinha was like that.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like Rafinha was exactly like that. He looks half decent actually. And then when he went to Barcelona, he thought, alright, he's a player.
Yeah.
And I think Somerville needs to be in a better team with better player. I'm not saying Leeds are a bad team, but I'm just saying with a better standard, a higher standard of player. And I think then he would actually be half decent.
True. Yeah. Shout out to Southampton, commiserations to Leeds, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll see what happens next season, but yeah, man, the Europa League final, did you watch it?
Relatively, bro. I only caught the highlights.
Nah,
because I was ill. But shout out to Atlanta. Obviously, I watched Liverpool number 2.
They beat you, so no shame in looking to
bro, listen, that first game was literally like the final. They came with a plan and they executed the plan perfectly.
Look, man, did he get a hat-trick?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Was he at Everton before?
Yeah. Charlton and Everton, I think.
Mad.
Maybe some other clubs, but I remember, I think, definitely Everton, I think maybe they bought him from Charlton. But again...
hat-trick in a final is mad.
It's mad.
Don't matter what competition it is.
It's mad. And against a team that was unbeaten. Yeah. And against a team that won the Bundesliga. And against a team that's had an amazing season. So that wasn't like it wasn't even a freak result.
Nah.
That 3-0, beating Liverpool 3-0 at Anfield felt like a freak result. Because you're like, how does that happen?
Yeah,
we did play poorly, but actually, we played to what they wanted us to do.
Yeah.
And so they knew what we were going to do and had a plan to beat what we were going to do, and absolutely wiped us out. And that's what is it Gasparino, whoever their coach is?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He's a guy that you want in your club. For those clubs that are not necessarily elite, but you want to compete, you want that guy who's going to bring a plan and get you over the line. And he did that, man. They did well. But obviously then, Leverkusen did come back and win the cup. So they've got a double.
Yeah, they did a double. Shout out to them. I think last thing for now. In fact, no, we've got Champions League, man.
Who do you think's going to win?
Ooh. Obviously, you got Madrid are the favourites, but